Hello everyone. So in today's lecture we are going to study about graphical method. In last few lecture we have seen how we can form LPPs given in form of statements, means formulation of linear programming problems. In this class we are going to see how we can solve these LPPs using graphical method. Okay, so one disadvantage of graphical method is it is applicable only when we are having two decision variables in our problem. Okay, so as while studying about formulation of LPP, we have seen that the structure of LPP contains objective function, okay, then second thing, it contains constraints, equation and decision variable. Okay, so how we can solve these LPPs is that first step is to convert these inequalities. Constraint equations are mostly inequalities, so first step is to convert all the equations given in constraint in a form of equations. Okay, then second step is to find the coordinate of each equations on graph and plot a line for it. Since it's a two-dimensional problem, obviously we will get a line. Okay, so we will find the coordinate of each equation and then plot them on graph. Then our third step is to shade the feasible reason. So what is the feasible reason? Suppose my inequality contains less than sign. Okay, then in graph, if I am having a line like this, so all the reason below it will be my feasible reason. Okay, this is for less than case. Okay, if I am having a greater than, okay, then for that we will have a feasible reason as a reason above the line. And last is, suppose if I have an equal sign in my equation, then line itself will be the solution of my equation. Okay, so that will be my feasible reason. Now why we have written first coordinate over here? Because we have seen that in constraint equation we are having non-negative restrictions. Okay, which says that all the variables are greater than 0. So if I have two variables like x1 and x2, so greater than 0 means all the reason above the x1 line. Similarly for x2 it will be on the right hand side. So basically we will work in first quadrant. Okay, now next thing is to find a common reason. Suppose if I am having two equations or three equations, so I should have a one common reason. That will be my feasible reason. Okay, now after that, what is the thing we have? Suppose we are having two equations like this. I am having a graph in which there is one line, there is another line, and this reason is my feasible reason, this box. I will just shade it with different color. So this reason is my feasible reason. Okay, so the corner point of this feasible reason, we have to find them, all the corner points. So next step is to find the corner points of corresponding objective function for all the points which makes my feasible point. So for this I am having 4 corner points. Okay, O, A, B, C. Okay, then next is, among these points we will calculate, for each point we will calculate its objective function. Okay, and out of those 4 points, one point will have either minimum or a maximum value. Depending upon our objective, we will select our optimal solution. Okay, and corresponding point will be my optimal solution. Okay, that will be the z value will be my objective function value. Okay, and variables value will be my optimal solution. Okay, so now we are going to see how we can apply those given steps in solving linear programming problems. Okay, so here I am having a problem which is to maximize z. Z is my objective function, which is 6x1 plus 8x2. We have to maximize it. These are my constraint equation. Okay, so with the help of graphical method, we will find the optimal solution. So first step in graphical method is to consider inequalities as equation. So I will make these inequalities in form of equation. So first I am having 5x1 plus 10x2 is equals to 60. That's my first equation. Second equation is 4x1 plus 4x2 is equals to 40. That will be my second equation. Okay, next two equations are x1 is equals to 0 and x2 is equals to 0. So I am having 4 lines which we have to draw on graph. Okay, so next step is to find the coordinate of each equation and plot each on the graph. Okay, so first I will find for equation 1 its coordinate. So equation 1 is 5x1 plus 10x2 is equals to 60. Okay, so put x1 is equals to 0, then you will get x2 is equals to 6. Similarly, put x2 is equals to 0, you will get the value of x1 is equals to 12. Okay, so what are the coordinates of this equation? I am having two coordinates, x1, x2. When x1 is 0, I am having x2 as 6. When x2 is 0, I am having x1 as 12. So these are my coordinates on x and y axis. Similarly, for equation 2, I will have 4x1 plus 4x2 is equals to 40. So again I will put x1 is equals to 0, which will give me x2 is equals to 10, and if I put x2 is equals to 0, I will get x1 is equals to 10. So the coordinates for this equation is x1, x2. When x1 is 0, I will get x2 as 10. When x2 is 0, x1 as 10. So these are my coordinates for both the equation. Now next step is to plot them on graph. Okay, so this is my x1 axis and this is x2 axis. Okay, so here for the first equation, okay, what are my points? My point is, this is 1 point, 0 and 6. Another point is 12 and 0. I will draw a line through those 2 points. So this is the line for equation 1. Similarly, for line 2, this point is 0, 10 and this point is 10, 0, and this line we are getting from equation 2. Okay, then third and fourth equation will give us this line, x2 is equals to 0 is this line and x1 is equals to 0 is my this line. Okay, so now next thing is to find the feasible reason, shade the feasible reason. So if you will see for this line, what is the equation? It should be less than 60. For equation for line 1, it is less than 60 means below the line reason I will shade as feasible reason. So this is my feasible reason. One second, I will just rub it. That is for second line. Okay. So for first line, my feasible reason is this reason. Okay, below that line, this whole reason. Then for second line, my feasible reason is again less than, so it will be below line. Okay, next is for x2, it should be greater than 0, so this is my feasible reason. For x1, this whole first quadrant, so in first quadrant, what is my common reason? That will be my feasible reason. So this yellow color, if you will see, this yellow color will give me the feasible reason. Means it's a common reason for all the equations. Okay, so now next step is to find the corner points. So in step 5, we have to find the corner points and the corresponding objective function for all the points, which makes my feasible reason. So my feasible reason is this shaded reason with yellow color. Okay, so I have to find first the corner point. So this point I am well aware it is an origin. Okay, second point I am aware its value is a 0 6, where my x1 is 0 and x2 is 6 value. Okay, third corner point I am considering this as a b and its value is 10 and 0. Now I have to find out the value of this corner point. Its value I can find out by solving these two line equations simultaneously. So to find point C, solve equation 1 and equation 2. We have seen already, this is the line for equation 1 and this is equation 2 line. Okay, by solving them simultaneously, I can find the cross section point of these two lines. So for that, what is the equation of first equation is 5x1 plus 10x2 is equals to 60, and second equation is 4x1 plus 4x2 is equals to 40. So multiply this with 4, this equation with 5, you will get 20x1 40x2 is equals to 240. Next is again 20x1 plus 20x2 is equals to 200. So now solve them, subtract equation 2 from equation 1. So this will get cancelled. I will have 20x2 is equals to 40. So x2 value is 2. Now put this equation in any one of these equations, equation 1 or 2. Okay, so if I put an equation 2 in this equation, the value of x2 I will get 4x1 plus 4 into 2 is equals to 40. So my x1 value is 40 minus 8 divided by 4 and it is 8. Okay, so my C point x1 value is 8 and x2 value is 2. So that's my fourth corner point. Now next step is to find out the objective function corresponding to all these corner points. Okay, so I will make a table. This is my table in which I am having 4 points, corner points. I have to identify the objective function for 4 corner points. Okay, I will just rub it this one and I will write it over here like 4x1 plus 4 into 8 is equals to 40 and x1 is 8. Okay, so first coordinate is origin, and corresponding to origin my objective function value is, if you will say, it's a 6x1 plus 8x2. So it is 6 into 0 plus 8 into 0 is 0. Okay, second coordinate is A, where x1 is 0, x2 is 6. So put this in my objective function. It will be 6 into 0 plus 8 into 6. So my objective function value is 48. Now for point B, I will again calculate my objective function value. It is 6 into 10 plus 8 into 0. So it is how much? 60. Last corner point is C. For that x1 is 8, x2 is 2. So its objective function value is 6 into 8 plus 8 into 2, which will gives me 48 plus 16. So its value is 64. So among these corner points, we have to find the maximum value of objective function, because it's a maximum. Objective function was to maximize my function. So maximum value among these is given by z equals to 84, and corresponding points are my optimal solution. Okay, so maximum value of objective function is 64 and corresponding optimal solution is x1 is equals to 8 and x2 is equals to 2. So these are the solution for my given linear programming problem. Okay, so that's all for today's lecture. In next lecture we will see further example and solve them using graphical method.